Now the news. I'm Ken Yu. With the UN Biodiversity Conference rounding out its final day, the goal of saving up to 1 million species from extinction hangs in the balance with no agreement in sight. Developed countries are being asked by developing countries to provide hundreds of millions of dollars required to run the proposed programs. Representatives from around 200 countries continue their meetings in Montreal, hoping to reach an agreement. Nathan King reports.
Pretty full here at the media centre. I can tell you upstairs where the negotiators are, there's lots of toing and froing as well. There's a real deadline of Monday to try and get this real framework going forward from 2020 on biodiversity. What does that mean in English? Well, essentially, remember, the main goals of this summit was to protect 30% of the world's oceans, 30% of the world's land mass for biodiversity by the year 2030. That doesn't look like it's going to happen, at least not on a by-country basis. A lot of developing and poorer countries are saying, look, we have the biggest amount of biodiversity, you've got to help pay for it. Real echo from climate change talks in Sharm el-Sheikh recently, COP27. And essentially, the Western countries, especially led by France, are saying, look, we're not going to establish a new fund. There are mechanisms for this. We're not going to guarantee to pay $100 billion a year or $200 billion a year.
Chinese authorities have said the United States' unilateralism and protectionism in trade have deviated from the multilateral trading system. The Chinese Commerce Ministry also said the U.S. moves violated economic laws and market rules and affected the stability of global industrial and supply chains. The statement came in response to a media inquiry regarding World Trade Organization's 15th Trade Policy Review of the United States. Authorities say China's installed capacity of renewable energy continued to expand in the first 11 months of this year. During this period, the total investment of China's major power generation companies in solar power skyrocketed 290% year-on-year to 200 billion yuan. China has issued a guideline to boost pandemic outbreak preparedness in rural areas as major cities record a surge in cases. The document says the priority is to ensure treatment by setting up more fever clinics and increasing medical supplies to rural areas. Meanwhile, a vaccine booster campaign is underway for people over 60 and those with severe underlying diseases. Chinese authorities say people are eligible for a second booster shot after at least 6 months of their third COVID-19 jab. Feng Yilei visited a local vaccination site in Beijing and filed the report.
This vaccination site has seen a growing number of people since several districts in Beijing started the booster campaign on Thursday. That follows a call from China's top health authority to prioritize boosters for high-risk groups, especially the seniors and those with underlying conditions. The organizers have made efforts to encourage more of the vulnerable groups to seek out a second booster shot.
They even arrange vehicles to take the elderly to and from homes, which is very considerate for the individuals.
The community has informed and educated us. I come here as soon as I read their notification.
China now has approved 13 types of vaccines to enhance effectiveness against the dominant Omicron variant.
The fourth Hainan Island International Film Festival is underway in Sanya. This year's film festival features more than 3,700 films from nearly 120 countries and regions for the Golden Coconut Awards. 80 to 100 films are expected to be screened during the festival, and 9 forums will also be held. First held in 2018, the festival is jointly hosted by China Media Group and the Hainan Provincial Government. Ukrainian National News Agency says 4 more ships carrying 145,000 tons of wheat have left the Odessa region's ports over the past 2 days. Meanwhile, Turkey says over 550 vessels have left the region's ports so far. They have exported more than 14 million tons of Ukrainian agricultural products. The Black Sea grain export deal was reached between Russia and Ukraine on July the 22nd after being helped along by Turkey and the UN. It is aimed at easing the global food crisis, which has been impacted by the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Germany has inaugurated its first liquefied natural gas terminal. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz attended an opening ceremony in the North Seaport of Wilhelmshaven on Saturday. And that's the news. I'm Ken Yu.